Hello friends! The aim of the fabric weight in the grams test is to determine the fabric's mass per unit. This test is also known as the square meter weight. In this test, the weight of 1 square meter of fabric is determined in grams. The fabric weight is an important factor that affects the performance qualities such as strength, density and softness. There are several methods when determining the mass per unit of the fabric. Thus, all the methods should be examined carefully and the most suitable of all should be chosen. However, it should be kept in mind that none of these methods is absolutely superior to the others in terms of accuracy. This test is applicable to the fabrics that are produced in the form of rolls or pieces. As mentioned, the determination of the mass per unit can be done via different methods, and today we are going to determine the mass per unit with small samples. The first device that is used in the test is the sample cutter template. This template can be cut as a 10 by 10 square centimeter piece, as well as an area of 100 square meter circle. Today we are going to use a circular area. Also, we are going to use a cork plate on which the cutter is placed when cutting the sample. Additionally, the fabric should be laid on a flat surface, and thus we need a table for this. Finally, we need a precision balance to weigh the items. The first thing to do when preparing the sample is to condition the sample under the standard atmospheric conditions for at least 24 hours. If the sample contains a wide pattern and the value affects the mass per unit, a number of samples to contain the whole pattern should be taken. Normally, the number of samples taken is 5 for the experiment. Primarily, the sample is laid on a flat surface. When taking the samples, attention should be paid in order not to take the samples from parts close to the edges. At least a 15 centimeter space should be left from the edges. Moreover, samples should not be taken from places where there are wrinkles and fold traces. When performing the test, the cork plate is placed under the point that we want to cut from. Then, the sample cutter is placed on it. We open the sample cutter's pin like that. First, we straighten the fabric like this. Then, we hold the arm with one hand and tighten the sample holder with the other hand. With our arm, we turn it for 1 or 2 turns without pressing too much. We lift the sample holder. Then, I lift the sample without causing any yarn loss. This way, I complete the preparation of the sample of a 100 square centimeter circular area. I repeat the same task 4 more times to have a total of 5 samples. At this point, attention should be paid to take the samples from different parts so that the samples can represent the whole fabric. The second sample is cut from a transverse point as it contains different warp and weft yarns. As seen, the second sample is prepared in the same way. After 5 test samples have been cut, the next task is to weigh them on the precision balance. After they have been weighed on the precision balance, the arithmetic mean of the obtained values is taken. This mean gives us the value per unit of the 100 square centimeter area. Thus, we need to multiply the obtained value by 100 in order to calculate the weight per meter of the fabric in terms of grams per square meter.